Before we dive into the heart of today's topic, I want to take a moment to talk about something many of us have felt, wondered about, or even struggled with. How do you really know when a man's love is genuine? Especially during those deeply intimate moments when it feels like the whole world fades away and it's just the two of you. See, intimacy is often seen as just a physical connection, but in reality, it's so much more than that. It's where vulnerability meets desire, where emotions run deep, and where true love reveals itself in ways that words alone can't express. And here's the truth: when a man loves you truly, it shows up in how he loves you, especially when you're closest. I know from talking with hundreds of people and from my own experiences that there are subtle but powerful signs a man shows only when his feelings go beyond the surface. These signs aren't about grand gestures or dramatic decorations. They're about the quiet moments during lovemaking where his heart is fully present, where his actions speak louder than any words ever could. So today, I want to take you on a little journey, a closer look at those 5 things men only do when their love is genuine. Because recognizing these signs can change the way you understand intimacy and connection. It can help you see if the man you're with is truly there for you, body and soul. And let me tell you, it's not just about feeling loved, it's about feeling seen, respected, and valued in the most profound way possible. All right, let's get into it. He truly listens with his whole body. When a man truly loves you, the way he listens during lovemaking goes far beyond words. It's not about just hearing you say something or catching a phrase here and there. It's a full body, full heart kind of listening. This kind of listening is rare, and when it happens, it transforms intimacy into something almost sacred. Imagine how it feels when someone is fully present with you, not distracted, not thinking about what's next, but completely tuned into every breath you take, every sigh, every movement. That's what genuine love looks like in action. His attention isn't divided between his phone, his thoughts, or anything else. Instead, his entire being is engaged in the moment with you. This means he notices the small things, the way your body shifts, the subtle changes in your breathing, the quiet sounds you make. He's aware of these little signals and responds accordingly, not just physically, but emotionally too. When a man listens with his whole body, he understands that lovemaking isn't a one-way street or just a physical transaction. It's a dialogue, a conversation without words, where both people communicate through touch, movement, and presence. This kind of listening is deeply respectful. It shows he values you as a person, not just as a partner or a moment of pleasure. When his love is genuine, he's curious about how you feel, what you want, and what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable. He's patient enough to wait for you to express yourself, not in words, but in how your body guides the experience. There's also a vulnerability in this kind of listening. It means he's willing to be vulnerable himself, to let go of control, and to trust that tuning into you will make the experience richer for both of you. This kind of presence creates safety, allowing you to relax and fully open up. It's that safety that deepens intimacy because it builds trust. When you feel truly listened to in this way, your walls come down and real connection blossoms. In contrast, when love is not genuine, lovemaking can feel rushed, disconnected, or self-focused. A man might only be half present, thinking about what's next or focusing mostly on his own pleasure. But when he loves you deeply, he listens with every fiber of his being. His hands, his eyes, his breath, and even his heartbeat are aligned with yours. Listening with his whole body also means he's not just reacting mechanically, but responding intuitively. He learns what feels good to you and adjusts, sometimes without you having to say a word. That's the kind of connection that can't be faked or forced. It's spontaneous, natural, and deeply attuned. Finally, this level of listening during lovemaking reflects something much bigger than the moment itself. It shows how he loves you in everyday life, how attentive he is to your emotions, your dreams, and your needs. When a man carries that kind of awareness into intimacy, it means his love is real and lasting. So next time you're in a moment of closeness, notice if he's truly listening with his whole body, because that kind of love is a rare gift, and it's the foundation of something beautiful and enduring. He's patient and unhurried. When a man truly loves you, patience isn't just a nice to have, it's a fundamental part of how he shows up in those intimate moments. Being patient and unhurried during lovemaking is a profound expression of genuine love. It's a signal that he values the experience as a whole, not just the destination or the end result. Think about it in a world where everything is often rushed, where instant gratification is the norm. A man who slows down and takes his time with you is making a powerful statement. He's saying, you are worth savoring. You are worth every moment. That kind of patience speaks volumes about his feelings because it means he's fully present, fully committed to being with you in that space and time. No distractions, no rushing ahead. This patience means he's not focused solely on his own pleasure or gratification. Instead, he's attentive to how you feel, how your body responds, and what makes you comfortable. He's willing to let things unfold naturally rather than trying to force or hurry through any part of the experience. That unhurried approach creates room for deeper connection because it allows passion to grow organically and intimacy to deepen without pressure. There's something almost sacred about this kind of patience. It transforms lovemaking from a mechanical act into a shared journey. When he's patient, it shows he respects you enough to honor your pace, to explore every moment without feeling the need to rush toward a finish line. That means he cares about how you feel emotionally and physically, and he understands that true intimacy can't be hurried. This patience also reflects his emotional maturity. It's easy to be impatient or distracted, especially when passion is involved, but a man who loves you genuinely understands that intimacy isn't a race. He knows that slowing down can actually heighten pleasure, trust, and connection. It's this kind of emotional presence that allows both you to relax fully and enjoy the experience together, building something meaningful beyond just physical attraction. When a man is patient, he also shows incredible sensitivity. He reads your cues, whether it's a touch, a glance, or a breath, and adjusts accordingly, never pushing beyond what feels right. This attentiveness fosters a safe space where vulnerability can thrive, and that safety is essential for genuine love to flourish. On the other hand, when lovemaking feels rushed or impatient, it often leaves one or both partners feeling disconnected or unfulfilled. It can create a sense that the experience is more about checking a box or fulfilling a desire than about truly sharing a moment of closeness. But with genuine love, there's no hurry. There's just the two of you, present and engaged, moving together at a pace that feels right. This patience extends beyond the bedroom too. It's the same patience he shows in everyday life, waiting for you to open up, giving you space when you need it, and never pushing you to move faster than you're comfortable. That kind of love is steady, calm, and deeply reassuring. So if you ever find yourself wondering whether a man's love is genuine, pay attention to how he approaches intimacy. Does he take his time with you? Does he savor the moments instead of rushing through them? That patience is one of the clearest signs that his love is real, because when a man loves you deeply, he knows that the best things in life, including love itself, are worth waiting for and enjoying slowly. He expresses vulnerability. When a man truly loves you, one of the most powerful things he can do during lovemaking is to express vulnerability. Now, vulnerability isn't always easy for anyone, but especially for men, given the social pressures and stereotypes about masculinity that often discourage openness and emotional honesty. So when a man allows himself to be vulnerable with you, it's a profound sign that his love is genuine. Vulnerability means he's willing to drop his armor, the walls he usually puts up to protect himself from hurt or judgment, and show you his real, unfiltered self. It's not just about physical closeness, it's about emotional intimacy. When he's vulnerable during lovemaking, he's letting you see the parts of him that are tender, certain, and deeply human. This openness invites you into a space that's safe, authentic, and incredibly intimate. Think about it this way. Lovemaking can sometimes feel like a performance where both partners want to appear strong, confident, or in control. But when love is genuine, the man doesn't feel the need to perform. Instead, he feels safe enough to express what he truly feels, whether that's his hopes, his fears, or even his imperfections. He might show hesitations, or he might share what he's feeling in the moment through his touch or gaze. This willingness to be vulnerable speaks volumes because it means he trusts you enough to be himself fully. This kind of vulnerability during intimacy creates a powerful connection because it breaks down barriers. It says, I don't have to be perfect with you. I can be real. And when one person shows that kind of honesty, it naturally encourages the other person to do the same. It turns lovemaking from a physical act into a deeply emotional exchange where both people feel seen, accepted, and loved for who they really are. Moreover, vulnerability allows for deeper communication. He might share his desires, his boundaries, or even moments of insecurity, which invites you to engage with him on a much more meaningful level. This openness isn't just about talking. It's about the way he looks at you, the gentleness of his touch, or the pauses where words aren't necessary but feelings are clear. These moments of vulnerability build trust, which is the foundation for lasting intimacy. It's important to recognize that expressing vulnerability doesn't mean weakness. In fact, it's one of the strongest things a man can do. It takes courage to be open and raw, especially in a culture that often equates masculinity with stoicism or emotional distance. So when you see a man being vulnerable with you, understand that it's a gift, a sign that his love runs deep and that he feels safe enough to share his true self with you. Conversely, when vulnerability is missing, intimacy can feel shallow or transactional. Without that emotional openness, lovemaking can become disconnected, mechanical, or guarded. There's a lack of trust, and the deeper bond that sustains genuine love is missing. So if you're wondering whether a man's love is authentic, watch how he expresses himself during those intimate moments. Does he let down his walls? Does he share more than just physical passion? Does he invite you into his world, imperfections and all? When the answer is yes, you're witnessing love in its truest form, where vulnerability meets trust and connection grows stronger than words. Because real love isn't about perfection. It's about being seen, understood, and loved for exactly who you are. And that starts when a man dares to be vulnerable with you. He prioritizes your pleasure as much as his own. When a man genuinely loves you, one of the most telling signs is how much he prioritizes your pleasure as much as his own during lovemaking. This goes beyond basic respect or good manners. It's a deep, instinctive part of how he connects with you. It's a kind of love that says, your happiness, your comfort, your joy in this moment matter just as much as mine. And that kind of selflessness balanced with passion is a beautiful indicator of true intimacy. Think about the difference between lovemaking that's all about one person's satisfaction, rushing through, ignoring cues, or focusing only on himself, versus lovemaking where there's a genuine back and forth and intuitive give and take. When love is real, a man isn't just looking out for himself. He's tuned in to what you want, what makes you feel good, and what brings you pleasure. That awareness shapes everything he does. Prioritizing your pleasure means he pays attention to the little things. It's not just about the big moments, but the subtle touches, the way he watches your reactions, the way he adjusts his rhythm or his approach based on how you respond. He wants to see you smile, hear your breath catch, feel your excitement. Your pleasure becomes part of the experience, not an afterthought. This kind of attentiveness requires presence and patience. It means he's willing to slow down if that's what you need. He's willing to communicate, ask questions, or simply watch your body language to understand what feels best for you. And he's genuinely happy to make you feel good, not because he feels obligated, but because your pleasure brings him joy. Here's the thing, when a man prioritizes your pleasure, it creates a powerful bond of trust and safety. You feel cared for on a deep level because he's showing that your experience matters to him just as much as his own. It's a demonstration of empathy and respect that extends far beyond the bedroom. It's the foundation of a loving partnership. In many relationships, people can get stuck in a dynamic where one person is more focused on receiving pleasure than giving it, which can lead to imbalance, frustration, or feelings of disconnection. But when a man truly loves you, he naturally wants to give as much as he receives. That balance is a sign that he values you fully, body and soul. Prioritizing your pleasure also means he's willing to be vulnerable in this space. He's not just there to perform or to be the alpha or the one in control. Instead, he's fully present with you, open to exploring what feels good for both of you. That openness creates space for mutual discovery, for joy, and for intimacy that goes beyond the physical. So, if you ever question whether a man's love is genuine, look at how he treats your pleasure. Does he rush through? Does he seem self-focused? Or does he slow down, tune in, and show a real desire to make you feel amazing? That's where you find true love, in the moments where his focus is on you as much as on himself. Because at the end of the day, love isn't about taking. It's about giving, sharing, and creating something beautiful together. And when a man loves you genuinely, prioritizing your pleasure becomes one of the most natural and powerful ways he shows it. He communicates before, during, and after. When a man's love is genuine, communication becomes the thread that weaves the whole experience of intimacy together, before, during, and after lovemaking. It's not just about the physical act itself. It's about how he stays connected with you on every level, making sure you feel safe, seen, and understood throughout. That kind of communication is one of the clearest signs that his feelings run deep. Before intimacy even begins, a man who loves you truly will create space to talk about how you both feel. He won't just assume or guess what you want. He'll check in with you, ask how you're feeling, and listen to your thoughts and desires. This kind of openness before the moment arrives sets a tone of trust and respect. It's a way of saying, your comfort and boundaries matter to me. He understands that the best lovemaking happens when both people feel ready and safe. During lovemaking, communication might not always be verbal, but it's just as powerful. It could be a gentle question whispered in your ear, a soft check in to see if something feels good, or a shared look that says, "Are you okay?" This ongoing dialogue, even if it's subtle, shows he's fully engaged with you. He's not lost in his own world or just going through the motions. He's attentive and responsive to your needs in real time. That presence is an incredible gift because it creates a space where you can express yourself freely without fear of judgment. What's more, this communication during intimacy often includes nonverbal cues, like the way he reads your body language, notices your breathing, or senses shifts in your energy. When a man loves you genuinely, he's tuned into these signals and adjusts his actions accordingly. This silent conversation builds a powerful connection because it shows he's focused on your experience, not just his own. And the communication doesn't stop when the moment ends. What happens after lovemaking can be just as important as what happens before and during. A man who truly loves you will stay close, check in with you, and make sure you feel cherished and valued. He won't just get up and walk away or leave you feeling alone. Instead, he'll create a sense of emotional closeness that lingers long after the physical connection. This aftercare, whether it's cuddling, sharing a quiet moment, or simply asking how you're feeling, cements the intimacy and builds trust. It shows that his love isn't transactional or fleeting. He's there for you, body and soul. And he wants you to feel safe and loved, not just during the act, but throughout your relationship. In many relationships, communication around intimacy is missing or awkward. People often shy away from talking about their needs or feelings, which can lead to misunderstandings, frustration, or emotional distance. But when a man communicates openly and consistently before, during, and after lovemaking, it signals that he values you and your connection deeply. So if you ever question whether his love is genuine, notice how he communicates. Does he check in with you before? Does he stay present and attentive during? And does he make you feel cared for afterward? When the answer is yes, it means he's not just in it for the moment, he's in it for the long haul. Because real love is a conversation, a dance, a shared experience that thrives on connection, and communication is the bridge that keeps that connection alive and strong every step of the way. So here's the bottom line: genuine love is not just about words or grand gestures. It's about how a man shows up in those intimate moments with his full heart, presence, and respect. When he truly listens with his whole body, moves with patience, expresses vulnerability, prioritizes your pleasure, and communicates openly before, during, and after lovemaking, he's revealing the depth of his love for you. But here's the important part: you deserve to experience this kind of love. You deserve to be with someone who doesn't just say they love you, but proves it through these meaningful actions. So don't settle for anything less. Pay attention to these signs, trust your intuition, and hold space for a love that is patient, kind, and deeply connected. If you're already in a relationship, invite this kind of openness and presence. Encourage him to slow down, to be vulnerable, to communicate honestly. And if you're searching for love, know that it's out there. Love that listens, loves slowly, and honors you fully. You have the power to create and receive the love you truly deserve. So step into that power today. Expect it, demand it, because when love is genuine, it transforms not just the moment, but your entire life.